Hey guys, and welcome to Heartful Harmony. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as complex as it is transformative: the art of being vulnerable without losing yourself. Vulnerability is often misunderstood. Many of us see it as weakness, a risk of being hurt or judged. But in truth, vulnerability is one of the most powerful tools we have for connection and growth. The challenge, however, is to share our hearts without feeling like we're giving away our entire selves. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why vulnerability is important, but also how to embrace it in a way that protects our inner strength. Let's begin by defining vulnerability. At its core, vulnerability is about being open, honest, and authentic. It shows parts of yourself that you might usually hide: your fears, your dreams, your insecurities, and your deepest desires. Imagine you're a castle. Vulnerability is like opening your gates to let someone see what's inside. But here's the thing: being vulnerable doesn't mean tearing down your walls entirely. It's about deciding when and with whom to open those gates. Think about a friend who's always cheerful, but suddenly tells you they've been struggling with anxiety. They've opened a window into their world, allowing you to connect on a deeper level. Now, that's vulnerability. It's selective and meaningful, not reckless. Or imagine you're at a new job and feel unsure about how to handle a task. Instead of pretending you know it all, you ask for guidance from a colleague. That small moment of honesty can pave the way for trust and collaboration. Now, let's address why vulnerability can feel so uncomfortable. There are two main reasons. The first reason is the fear of rejection, and the second reason is the fear of losing control. Most of us worry that if we're truly ourselves, others might not accept us. We fear being judged or abandoned. For example, you've been in a relationship or you've been dating someone new and feel the urge to tell them about a past heartbreak. But then the thought hits: what if they think I'm damaged or too emotional? This fear can make you hold back. Vulnerability often means admitting that we don't have it all together. For many, this feels like giving up control, a scary thing in a world where control is often equated with strength. Imagine being the older sibling in your family, always the one people rely on. Admitting you're struggling feels like letting everyone down. So, you keep your emotions bottled up. But here's the irony: when we guard ourselves too tightly, we miss out on genuine connections. People can't love the real you if they never see it. But here's the good news: vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength. Let me tell you why. It builds authentic connections. Have you noticed that the people you're closest to are the ones who've seen you at your best and your worst? That's because vulnerability fosters trust and intimacy. A friend once confided in me about their struggles with self-doubt, and instead of judging them, I felt closer. That's the magic of vulnerability. It brings people together. It encourages growth. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you learn more about who you are and what you value. It's a stepping stone to personal growth. Sharing your dreams of starting a business with someone could lead to valuable advice or encouragement you never expected. It's empowering. There's something incredibly powerful about standing in your truth. When you own your story, no one can use it against you. Opening up about a past failure might inspire others to overcome their own challenge. Vulnerability transforms shame into empowerment. Now, let's get to the heart of today's topic: how to embrace vulnerability while staying grounded in who you are. Know your boundaries. Vulnerability doesn't mean sharing everything with everyone. It's about being selective. Before opening up, ask yourself, does this person deserve to see this side of me? Do I trust them to handle my vulnerability with care? For example, a coworker casually asks about your personal life. Instead of spilling everything, you might share a small safe details while keeping your struggles for closer friends. Build emotional resilience. Being vulnerable means you might face rejection or criticism. To avoid losing yourself in the process, you need to build emotional strength. If someone dismisses your vulnerability, remind yourself their reaction says more about them than it does about me. Be honest but not overexposed. Share your feelings and experiences, but don't let vulnerability become oversharing. Oversharing can make you feel more exposed than connected. For example, when reconnecting with an old friend, instead of diving into every challenge you've faced recently, start with a lighter topic and gradually open up if they seem receptive. Stay true to your values. Vulnerability should never mean compromising your values or identity to please someone else. Imagine you're in a new relationship. You want to show your partner your softer side, but it pressures you to change your hobbies or beliefs. That's a red flag. Vulnerability doesn't mean losing yourself. Start small. If being vulnerable feels scary, start with something small. Share a little piece of yourself with someone you trust. Share a childhood memory or a recent challenge with a trusted friend. It's a low-risk way to practice vulnerability. So I'm going to give you 4 life scenarios for you to be able to understand me perfectly. The first scenario is in relationships. You're feeling overwhelmed and need support from your partner. Instead of saying, "You don't help me," try, "I've been feeling really stressed and I could use your support. Can we talk about how we can handle things together?" The second scenario is at work. You've made a mistake and need to address it. Instead of hiding it, you say, "I made an error on this project. I've already started working on a solution and would appreciate your input." The third scenario is with yourself. You realize you've been avoiding a painful memory. Journaling about it or sharing it with a therapist or a trusted friend can help you process it. The last scenario is with your friends. Your friend cancels plans repeatedly and you feel hurt. Instead of pulling away silently, you say, "I miss spending time with you. Can we plan something soon?" To wrap things up, let's reflect. Vulnerability is an art. It requires courage, self-awareness, and balance. When you embrace it, you unlock deeper connections and greater personal growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe to Heartful Harmony for more insights on love, relationships, and personal growth.